Hey guys, I hope you guys are having a great week so far. Today is Wednesday, July 17th, 2019. It is the middle of the week, and I hope that it is my hope that these videos will encourage you and that they will inspire you even just a little bit. So no matter where you are at in life, the situations, the scenarios that you're in, or whether you're at work, you're at play, you're at school, you're in your study, you're on your couch, or whatever it is you're doing, you're listening to this on the car or in the car, I really hope that these messages will get through to you and will inspire you even just a little bit. You know, this week we've been talking about the idea of leadership, and I think leadership is a very important thing. On Monday, I was talking to you guys about the idea of being compassionate to those that you work with. Whether you're on top or you're on bottom, you can show kindness and compassion to those that you work with. Yesterday, I was talking to you guys about the idea of being an effective communicator. It is so crucial. It is so important to be able to communicate with those that you work with effectively and communicate in such a way where they can understand what you do. And how you do that is to be able to ask them, do you understand what I mean? And find a way where they understand, because you have two perspectives there. How can I speak in a way where they understand, and how can I understand what they're saying? So it's kind of like a two-way street that's going on. Now, when we think about leadership, this is what I want to talk to you guys. I believe talking about leadership is actually a very important thing. It's becoming more and more important nowadays than ever before. When we think about leadership, there's so many negative things that have been going on. You hear about these people on Wall Street. You hear about this big CEOs and the leaders of big corporations who abuse their power. And that's very unfortunate when we think about leadership, because to be put in a position of power, any sort of power, government, company, a church, an organization, whatever that may be, it is a gift. And if you abuse that power, not only are you making yourself look bad, but you're making other people, your organization, look bad. So one thing that we have to think about when we think of leadership is, what kind of standard do you want to live in? You know, where are you basing your morals and your ethics? That's something that you're going to have to decide for yourself. But the purpose of this talk today is really talking about how important leadership is in our culture. It's becoming more and more important, more than ever before. And finding ways to become more of an effective leader, even if you are at the bottom, is something that's becoming more and more important. When you think about the world that we live in, the culture in which we live in, we are becoming more and more connected than ever before. Think about all of the social media platforms that exist nowadays. You have LinkedIn, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, you have Tumblr, you have YouTube, you have Vimeo, and those are just some of the bigger players. There's a lot more social media that's being posted out more than ever before. I know that if you go on the App Store, if you go on the Google Play Store, you'll see that there are trending new ways of communication which didn't exist before. And all of that to say is, we as leaders and those who are in leadership positions, or those who are striving to become a leader, need to take into account the idea and the concept of social media. We're becoming more connected than ever before, and unfortunately we are becoming we have the ability to be seen more than ever before, and that's a very, very crazy thing to think about. Now, I'm not here to criticize or to social media and say that it's bad, but it's just something that we need to be mindful. It's something that we need to be aware of, that who you are as a person will be exposed more than before. If you think about how business was conducted, let's say in the 1800s or the 1900s, you could have things behind closed doors and secrets could be kept, and you could be the worst boss possible, and basically this idea of whistleblowers would not be nearly to a magnitude or to such a degree that it is nowadays. Nowadays, people post something on Twitter and it can become viral, and people can become exposed and criticized. Just think of all the politicians who are becoming criticized on social media platforms. So be mindful of the actions that you do. Think of the consequences of what you're doing, and think of, how can I be a leader where the way that I act and the way that I behave is done in such a way where if someone documents it or someone records it on a video, or a short little video or whatnot, that I'm okay, that I'm proud of that being. Now, the one downside with this is that unfortunately people will take things out of context all of the time. So we still have to be intentional about the way that we act and the way that we behave when we lead towards people. Do you want to see a video posted of you yelling at somebody, yelling at your employees, putting them down, calling them, the scum of the earth? Or do you want to be seen as someone? Do you want to be known as somebody who basically is creating a legacy, creating a culture where people are empowered, where people are encouraged? Now, I know that I get angry. I know that I make my mistakes. I'm only human, just like you guys are. We have to think about, though, we have to put our best foot forward when we are leading and guiding people, when we're leading teams, when we're working with teams, when we're leading organizations, or when we're leading businesses, or whatever position you are put in. You have the ability to really make an impact, a profound impact at that, on the lives of other people, on the people that you worked with. And the cool thing about it is, if you are a great leader, people will talk about it, and people will want to come to you, and they'll want to know more about how you're leading and how you're empowering people. And I really encourage you guys, if you're not in a leadership position, that's okay. You can still take on these qualities. So often we'll find that there are coworkers, students that we work with and we do homework with, who have those leadership qualities, and we flock towards them because there's something that's very different about them. So it's okay if you're not a CEO. It's okay if you're not the pastor of a big church. It's okay if you're just, I'm just a shift leader at Starbucks, or whatever it is, wherever it is you are at. Always keep in mind this idea of learning and growing and improving your life. Be different in this world. Don't be like anybody else. Be the change that you want to be. Encourage people. Really lead them and inspire them. I love how in the Bible, when you hear about Christ teaching his disciples, he basically said, "Come follow me, and I will show you how to live your life." And in the same way, as leaders, we are to do the same thing. Hey, I'm going to show you guys how to be. I'm going to show you guys how a boss or a CEO behaves, someone who empowers and encourages. Furthermore, if you think about it, kind of the final thought here, when you put into your team, when you put into your employees, you put into the people that you work with, by encouraging them, you're going to reap a really great reward. And that reward is, these people are going to want to do the best that they can. When you criticize people, and you tell people, "Oh, you're a terrible worker, and you're worthless to me, and all you are is costing me money," that's very unfortunate. That's not a good thing, because people will be discouraged. People need to have that dose of encouragement. Give them that dose of encouragement. So what I want to ask you guys today is, how can you encourage people? How can you lead and how can you inspire people, even if you are or are not in a leadership position? I'd love to hear your guys' feedback. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. With that, I want to close and just really say I want to thank you guys for all watching this video. These videos are just here. It's something that I really enjoy doing. I love encouraging people. I love inspiring people, no matter where you are at in life. I really hope that these videos will encourage and inspire you even just a little bit. Feel free to like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to the video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll have a video up for you tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. Bye.